Nilesh, a lowly office worker, despised every aspect of his life. Every morning, the alarm clock's shrill ring heralded yet another day of drudgery. His boss, a relentless taskmaster, his colleagues, mere shadows of ambition, and his quaint, beautiful wife, a reminder of a life he wished to escape. His dreams, once vibrant and aspiring, now lay dormant, suffocated by the mundanity of his existence. In this pit of despair, Nilesh stumbled upon an enigmatic Baba. This wasn't just any Baba, but one who was rumored to possess knowledge of the other side. In a rare moment of vulnerability, Nilesh confessed his discontent and sought guidance to alter his destiny. The Baba, after observing Nilesh's desperation, revealed the Karna-Pishachini sadhana, a ritual with the power to transform his life. But he warned, misuse this power and it will consume you. Despite the Baba's warning, Nilesh, blinded by desperation, chose to practice the ritual. For 41 days, Nilesh practiced the ritual in secrecy. His dedication to the ritual was unwavering, a testament to his desperation. Each day, he performed the complex rites, uttering the incantations under the cover of night, keeping the secret from his unsuspecting wife. With each passing day, Nilesh's anticipation grew, his hopes pinned on the promise of a life-changing encounter. Then, on the 41st day, it happened. The ritual had worked. Karna-Pishachini, a fearsome, vampiric entity, emerged from the shadows, her form as mesmerizing as it was terrifying. She was the embodiment of power, a supernatural force promising to fulfill Nilesh's deepest desires. His heart pounded in his chest, a mix of fear and exhilaration. He had done it. He had summoned Karna-Pishachini. The entity's voice was a melodious whisper, a siren's call that promised him wealth and revenge. Nilesh, dazzled by the prospect of his dreams coming true, accepted the entity's offer without a second thought. Little did he know, his decision would come at a terrible cost. His first act of power was a dark one. Drunk on the promise of wealth, he allowed Karna-Pishachini to harm his wife. It was a decision he would come to regret, but by then, it was too late. His beautiful wife, the one person who had loved him unconditionally, was now a victim of his greed. As his wife's life force slowly ebbed away, Nilesh reveled in the power he now possessed. He watched as his bank account swelled, his dreams of wealth finally coming true. Revenge, too, was within his reach. His tormentors would pay. Nilesh, now a rich man, was blinded by the power Karna-Pishachini offered him. He was oblivious to the horror he had unleashed, the price he had paid for his newfound wealth. His life was spiraling out of control, and the worst was yet to come. With newfound wealth, Nilesh sought revenge on those who wronged him. He used his newly acquired power to make their lives miserable. His boss, once a source of torment, was now a puppet in his hands. His colleagues who sneered at him now trembled in his presence. His wealth, however, didn't bring him the happiness he yearned for. Instead, it stirred an unhealthy obsession for Sakshi, a girl who had once rejected him. Nilesh, unable to control his desires, directed the vampiric entity, Karna-Pishachini, to afflict Sakshi. She struggled desperately, her life hanging by a thread, her dreams turning into nightmares. The horror that had befallen her was beyond human comprehension. Her life had taken a sinister turn, and she needed divine intervention. Enter Arjun, an expert in Tantra Vidya. He was a beacon of hope in the darkness that had enveloped Sakshi's life. Arjun recognized the severity of the situation, understanding the grave threat posed by Karna-Pishachini. He had dealt with such entities before, but this one was far more potent and malevolent. He summoned the equally fearsome Karna-Pishachini to counteract Karna-Pishachini, but to his dismay, Karna-Pishachini prevailed. In the midst of the struggle, Karna-Pishachini, with a chilling laugh, announced Sakshi's impending death. The next Amavasya, a new moon night, would be her last. Arjun, despite the dire proclamation, refused to give up. He knew he had to devise a new plan, one that would tap into Sakshi's unwavering devotion to Goddess Durga. He was confident that the divine intervention would be their only hope against the formidable entity. Nilesh, on the other hand, was oblivious to the consequences of his actions. His thirst for revenge and desire for Sakshi had led him down a path of no return. He was too far gone to comprehend the magnitude of his actions and the devastation they were causing. Despite Arjun's best efforts, Karna-Pishachini triumphed, declaring Sakshi's impending doom. The stage was set for a cosmic showdown, a battle between the divine and the demonic, with Sakshi's life hanging in the balance. On the fateful night of Amavasya, Karna-Pishachini approached to seal Sakshi's fate. The air crackled with tension, a grim prelude to the impending confrontation. As Karna-Pishachini drew closer, a divine intervention occurred. From the ethereal realms, goddess Durga made her presence known, a beacon of hope in the dark hour. Durga, in her ferocious form of Mahakali, stood as Sakshi's protector, her eyes blazing with righteous fury. The cosmic battleground was set. On one side, a vampiric entity drunk on her perceived invincibility. On the other, the Divine Mother, a symbol of strength, courage, and love. Karna-Pishachini, with a smug grin, claimed immunity, boasting of her connection with Nilesh and the powers it granted her. But Durga, unimpressed, revealed a cosmic truth. She was the primal force, the origin of all beings, vampires included. Her supremacy was undeniable, her authority unquestionable. The confrontation escalated, the cosmic energies colliding, creating a spectacle of divine power and demonic audacity. Durga, as Mahakali, launched her attack, her divine weapons slicing through the air. Each strike was a testament to her might, each roar a proclamation of her dominance. Karna-Pishachini fought back, her arrogance fueling her resistance. But she was no match for the Divine Mother. With every passing moment, her powers waned, her connection with Nilesh weakened. The tide of the battle was turning, the scales tipping in favor of the divine. In a dramatic climax, Durga, as Mahakali, delivered the final blow. She chose not to end Karna-Pishachini's existence, but to sever her ties with Nilesh. The vampiric entity was cast into the abyss, her arrogance shattered, her powers diminished. Nilesh's newfound wealth and powers vanished as quickly as they had come. With a final roar, Mahakali defeated Karna-Pishachini, freeing Sakshi from her impending doom. The cosmic confrontation ended, leaving behind a profound lesson. There are no shortcuts to fulfilling one's desires, and those who seek such paths often find themselves facing dire consequences. In the aftermath of the cosmic battle, Nilesh faced the harsh consequences of his actions. And it was a steep fall from grace. Nilesh, once the beneficiary of a supernatural lottery, now found himself on the precipice of despair. His wealth, a fleeting illusion, vanished as quickly as it had appeared. His extravagant mansion, a symbol of his newfound status, crumbled to dust, leaving him homeless and destitute. But the material losses paled in comparison to the physical torment. Nilesh was afflicted with leprosy, a cruel twist of fate that left him shunned and isolated. From a man of wealth and power, he was reduced to a pitiful beggar, living on the fringes of society, an outcast in the very world he had once sought to conquer. Yet as he sat alone, Nilesh found himself reflecting on the words of the Baba. The wise man had warned him of the dire consequences of misusing the Karna-Pishachini sadhana. But in his desperation, Nilesh had ignored the sage advice, blinded by the allure of quick success. It was a bitter pill to swallow, the realization that he was the architect of his own downfall. In his quest for vengeance and desire, Nilesh had allowed the Karna-Pishachini to harm innocents, even his beloved wife. He had sent the entity to afflict Sakshi, a girl who had simply rejected his advances. And in the end, his actions had led to a cosmic confrontation between the Karna-Pishachini and the goddess Durga herself. But there were lessons to be learned from Nilesh's tragic tale. It served as a stark reminder of the dangers of seeking supernatural shortcuts to fulfill one's desires. There are no easy paths to success, and the allure of such shortcuts often masks the harsh reality of their consequences. Nilesh's story also highlighted the importance of respecting and valuing what one has. He had a beautiful wife who loved him, a job that provided for him, and yet he had despised it all. In his discontent, he had sought more, only to lose everything. And finally, Nilesh's tale underscored the power of faith and devotion. Sakshi, despite being afflicted by the Karna-Pishachini, survived because of her unwavering devotion to goddess Durga. It was a testament to the power of faith, a beacon of hope amidst the darkness. In his pursuit of quick success, Nilesh lost everything, serving as a grim reminder of the consequences of seeking supernatural shortcuts to fulfill one's desires.